Hi everybody, welcome to the OAG RC. I have spent some time this evening putting some new wheels on my Rising Fighter, ready for the series that's going to come in the summer. These are TD2 wheels, just some black dish wheels, but I think they actually look really good on this model with the black paintwork that I've put on. I'm quite pleased with the way it's turned out. Certainly better than the white wheels. I was going to go grey to complement the grey up here, but I couldn't get rear greys. I couldn't get any front ones, and kind of wanted just it all to look the same. So I think that looks really cool now. I can't wait to change these for the oil-filled shocks that I've got. I've got some black or grey oil-filled shocks to go on here, which is really going to complete the look once we get rid of that blue. But I'm quite pleased with the way that's come out. But that's not the purpose of the video today. So I'm going to put that to one side and I'll get up on the bench what I've got to show you. We have got ourselves an Astute 2022 TD2 chassis. Now, I've been eyeing this up for a couple of weeks now, and I've been debating, should I, shouldn't I, do I, don't I? And in the end, because the model that I was buying at Fusion Hobbies, shout out to Fusion Hobbies in the UK, they're great. Because that was out of stock, they phoned me up, said, oh, that's not in, can I get you anything else? I said, well, what have you got in? I said, oh, we've got some Astutes 2022. And I said, okay, go on then, why not? And here it is. So I'm going to get all the bits and pieces out on the bench, and let's have a little look what's inside the box. I'm not going to do that sort of unboxing where I pull everything out because I'm no good at that. I'll lay it all out and we'll just talk through it briefly. And I'm going to get started on building it soon. So there we have it laid out. We'll start at one end and move to the other. So we've got that lovely body shell down the end. I really like the look of this one. It reminds me of sort of like a modern F1 type buggy chassis. I think it's really cool. There's some, and these are the fenders and stuff that go on the wheels, the wheel arches that have got to be cut out. All one piece. I think the wing must be in there somewhere as well. So that's going to, oh, the wing's underneath there, look. So that's going to be fun to cut that out. It's going to take a bit of work. Lots of extra material around the edges to try the paint that I'm going to put on. Don't know what colour that's going to be yet. Do I go with the red box art? Do I go with something slightly different? Don't know yet. We've got those black wheels up there, just some regular Super Gripper tyres with the grooved fronts. I like those black wheels there. They look quite cool. We've got some front under protectors. I'd imagine that's going to go underneath the front and the rear. We've got the wheel, the arms for the steering here and here. Some hex mounts, lots of little spacers. You can see those coming in on the metal on the plastic part trees. Doesn't look like they're metal hexes; they're just plastic hexes. But all this plastic feels quite hard, higher quality, I think, than the normal Tamiya kits. More like what goes into the XV01, which I've recently built. We've then got at the back there the uprights and the steering crank bits that go on the steering mechanism. So that's at the top there, the tub, which is exactly the same tub that goes into the TD4. And then coming down here, we've got some diff cases, some plates, damper mounts, another bit that obviously goes on the underside of the chassis as well, that looks like it houses a bit more of the diff and the rear plate that I think goes on the motor as a sort of an intake. And then coming over here, what have we got over here? We've got, I think that goes at the front as like a sort of brace for the brace across the front. I'm assuming that's where the front shocks must sit, is in there. The shocks are sort of laid down. I haven't got the picture now, but the shocks are laid down. And then at the back, we've got all these little additional parts. If I hold one of those up, and you can see on there, there's loads of little spacers and covers. You know, this kit, it just feels quality. We've got some, I'm assuming those are the gears for the differential on the end there. My favourite, making up steering rods and etc. the plastic all looks like a reasonable quality. Certainly a higher quality in some of the Tamiya kits I've built recently. And then up here, got those beautiful Astute stickers for the 2022 and our 2022 manual, which I'm going to study in a moment once I've put it all back in the box. And then we've also got the box of tricks, and I'll get that out for you next. So I forgot to mention before I get started on what was inside the box. There were window masks for all of the top of the cockpit that you can see there, but also for these clear side panels that the Astute 2022 has, so you can see that front suspension working as it moves up and down. That's pretty groovy, because I was worried for some reason there wouldn't be any window masks in here, and as you'll know, I hate doing painting. I certainly hate masking off windows, but at least I've got some. That should make things a little bit easier if I don't have to try and make my own. Right, what I think is really cool is you get the standard Tamiya driver figure, and then also down here is a Tamiya driver head with a visor on it. I think that's really cool. I'm going to use that one in this one because I've not seen that before, so I'm looking forward to that. We've got some shocks up there. There must be CVAs, but I don't see any oil anywhere, but I'm sure we'll come to that in a minute. There is a, that's not that, that's for the shock, high torque servo saver, as standard in this kit. I put those in most of my Tamiya kits. It's nice to see one standard out of the box on a high-end model. Well done, Tamiya, for that. Saved me about £10. A bag of, oops, a daisy, sorry about that. There's a bag of, what have we got in there? Some sticky tape by the looks of it and stuff like that. And then some lovely tools and those little, I know that from my XV01 build. They're going to be the little dust covers that go on all the ball joints. That's good. Parts bag A. There's the gears, some grease. We've got some aluminium bits in there as well. That looks like the motor plate in there. That's going to be fun. Parts bag B. We get to build a ball diff. I've never built a ball diff before, so that's going to be fun. There's all the ball bearings for me to put into the ball diff. Looking forward to that. I know that there's a hop-up part and upgrade you can get for the diff. There's a locking nut in there, and it's plastic in the kit. And everybody on the TD4 has been complaining about the fact it just is not good enough. But I can't get the hop-up at the moment because you can't find it in the UK for love nor money. So I'm going to have to do with the kit bit until I manage to find a hop-up. Hopefully Fusion gets some of those in soon. I've got some shock oil in there. Looks like we've got 900 weight in there. Those lovely red springs to put on the dampers. Look at those, they're awesome. You know, I've got plenty of those to play around with for the silicone damper oil. Couldn't resist those when they came up to buy. I just had to get them and they look really cool. And then part bag D, some more dampers empty the front, and loads and loads and loads of screws, and I think the bearings, some of the bearings are in there as well. I think I'm going to get started on building this. So there you go, guys. That is our next project, the Astute 2022 TD2 chassis. I cannot wait to build this thing. I've liked the look of it ever since Tamiya announced it. I think it's going to go really well against the DT03 that I have built and hopped up. And certainly against that Rising Fighter that I'm going to be building in the summer. And I didn't intend to build this quite so quickly. But I can't resist because it just looks awesome. As always, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this slightly different unboxing, please like, subscribe, do all the wonderful things that you wonderful YouTubers do. And until then, whatever you do, have some fun, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everyone. Bye.